Every single thing about our childhood affects how we see the world, how we move in the world, and how we are accepted by the world. And you can argue with your mama about that one, but it's a hill I'm going to stand on even if I'm by myself.
Wow, Sinatra.
Another day, another dollar. I'm saving just to be broke. They said college was serious, but my degree feel like a joke. 4 years or less, I'm saying I got it done. No playing, just to end up at my mom's after I told her I wasn't staying. Well, here we are. No question, I'm a star. Just got some light years to travel, but it's just so far. But I'ma make it though. Make sure you get your focus right. You coming too? It's about to be one hell of a ride. Yeah, this adults and stuff is crazy. They ain't warned us about this. I'm supposed to live my best life on an unpaid internship. How I'm supposed to find my husband? Everybody running game. I guess the more things change, the more they stay the same. Went from worrying about on flow to running from Uncle Sam. Now I understand why student accounts never gave a damn. Saving accounts be slipping, trying to work out, but I'm tripping. I forgot health insurance. Oh, I'm my mom's until I'm 26, so I gotta pay these student loans. That's adults with the score doing the most. That's adults moving out of mom's house. That's adulting, but it's all gonna work out. That's adulting. I need a legal side hustle. That's adulting, cause these bills got me in trouble. That's adulting. Journey's course is never planned. That's adulting. Just leave it in God's hands, cause that's adulting.
Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of the School of Life podcast. Y'all, I'm being consistent, okay? We are 2 weeks in. So proud of myself. I'm giving myself a pat on the back. Listen, I hope you're doing your best and staying sane in the craziness of this world. And if not, just try to do your best. That's all you can do, okay? Just try. Listen, this week, I am talking about a somewhat complex topic, but one that has been on my mind and my heart for a few years now. So we just gonna dive right in. I'm talking about the notion of wishing that I had childhood friends. And I'm gonna break it all down and give some backstory. But this is something I struggle with because of a number of reasons. But most recently, a situation happened and it just kind of prompted me to journal about it and then write this script. So here we go. Let's just dive right in. Y'all know the drill. Grab your note-taking tools because School of Life is now in session. So a few weeks ago, an elementary school friend tagged me in a post on Facebook where another young lady had shared a post and talked about how they bullied me in second grade. I hope that makes sense. I'm not trying to give people names and stuff. I was trying to be all discreet. But you know what? I'm going to paint the picture. I'm going to just break it down. But for the sake of the story, I'll change everybody's names, okay? So anyways, we have Brenda, Tamika, and myself, okay? Y'all following? So Brenda and Tamika went to the same elementary school, right? It's important to note that this school was a private Christian school. But nonetheless, we had all gotten in trouble one day for talking. Child, y'all know, look, here I am talking. We had all gotten in trouble one day for talking and had to write Bible verses. And if you went to a private school, if you know, then what? You know. But anyways, all my private school kids know the struggle. Y'all already know. But long story short, we were writing our Bible verses, and because I was a smart little noodle, I was writing mine super fast. Now, I don't remember what technique I was using. So you know how if you went to school and you had to write Bible verses, you would write the first word all the way down the paper, then the second word. Maybe I was doing that. I don't know. I just know I was writing really fast, okay? So Brenda and Tamika saw that I was writing fast and close to being done. And I don't know, that must have made them mad because when I got up to go to the restroom, they took my paper off my desk, balled it up, and threw it away. Crazy, right? It's crazy. And I remember this vividly. I wish I remember the Bible verse, but I just remember that happening. Now, why couldn't I hold, my urine until I was finished writing my Bible verses? I don't know. I was a kid. But anyways, that was almost 20 years ago, right? We were in second grade, so we were probably like 6 or 7. So most recently, Brenda reshared a post on Facebook that showed a picture of somebody writing Bible verses. And the caption said, "Today's kids would never understand," or something like that. You know how we always joking about the new age kids not understanding. But in the post that she reposted, she tagged Tamika and said, "Remember when we balled up Jacqueline's paper so Miss Bell couldn't accept it?" Or something like that, she said. Now, she didn't tag me. And she even spelled my name wrong, but that's another story for another day. But anyways, Tamika then tagged me in the comments and said, "Remember this at Jacqueline Washington." And y'all, I'm going to be honest. So many feelings came alive in 0.2 seconds. Not necessarily angry feelings, just those same sad feelings that little me felt back then in that moment. And I don't want to get all emotional about it, but I want to be honest in saying that my body felt like I was that 7-year-old again. And then I remembered the countless times that I felt that same feeling in 3rd grade, then in 4th grade, then in 5th grade. And baby, we're not going to talk about middle school. The best way I can describe it in one word is just a feeling of rejection. So at the big age of 27, literally 20 years since something has happened, my body remembered that feeling. And all of those memories from 2nd grade on throughout high school reminded me of a conversation I had just had with my godmom about not really having a tribe of friends and how I was low-key jealous of the young ladies who I did grow up with, who were still super close because they're creating these lifelong bonds. And it's the type of bonds you read about and, you hear about and everybody wants. But I was having this conversation with my godmom and sharing that I don't have that. And let me disclaimer, I have friends and I have lifelong friends. I don't have lifelong friends that I went to like elementary and middle school with. So just put a little disclaimer out there. I have my bomb bestie, okay? But I took a minute to really sit with that array of emotions because I'm at a point in my self-awareness journey where I have to pause and get to the root. I really do. And that's one thing I want to challenge you to do as you're growing and stretching in this crazy adulthood. Always pause and try to discover what the root of those emotions you may be feeling are when you're having a bad day or you're triggered. But here's where I landed. I want to share where I landed when I took a step back. So I have never, and this is a harsh reality, I have never been accepted in the in crowd by any one group. Y'all know how school works, where you have the different cliques. Y'all know. and if you're not in, then you're out. Yeah. I was neither in or out. The way I like to explain it is that small pieces of me were cool enough with everyone. So sure, I was cute, I was cute, I guess, but I didn't have the Aeropostale butterfly on my shirt or the latest Jays or, the belt with the matching jewelry. Y'all know what we did. And I got picked on for that. So my cuteness wasn't enough. And then sure, I was smart. I made all A's up until college, really up until grad school. I made all A's, but I was too cool for the nerds. And then I was too smart for the girls who were the actual cool kids. So my smartness wasn't enough. And yeah, I was on the cheerleading team and I was even the co-captain and I stayed involved in something after school. But I didn't have the support at home I needed to really thrive. And that was a pain point as well. So then my extracurricular activities weren't enough. And don't get me started on the boys. Just know, woo, still not enough. So I say all that to say, I felt that I was never enough. And the way that feeling of not being enough shows up in other areas is a whole other episode that I promise I'm going to get to one of these days. But it wasn't until recently, like I said, when I really sat with these feelings. As much as I want to say, oh, it doesn't bother me. That was middle school. That was elementary school. Child, it does. And it does matter because it shows up. And I have to be honest about that. And we, as growing individuals, have to be honest about how those moments of not being enough as a kid continue to show up. Every single thing about our childhood affects how we see the world, how we move in the world, and how we are accepted by the world. And you can argue with your mama about that one, but it's a hill I'm going to stand on even if I'm by myself. Now, you may be thinking, girl, F them folks. F Brenda and Tamika, you doing your thing. And I am. And is. I'm that girl. But it still hurts. And honestly, it still shows up. I was jokingly talking with my godmom again about future wedding plans and kids. And all the things that we talk to our moms about. And I said, girl, I have like 3 people I can think of off the top of my head that would be, a part of my big day. And she laughed and said, that's all I need. And she may be right, but deep down, those feelings of rejection still brewed because I knew that came from that childhood trauma, mess, just drama, all of that. Why didn't I have childhood friends I could think of in that moment? Hell, why didn't I have college friends I could think of in that moment? The thought really just made me sad. And I said, wow, I wish I at least had childhood friends I was still close with. College is another story, and I do have friends from college, but it's the childhood friends that really stick with me because so much of our shaping and shifting and molding happens in those pivotal years. But it's little moments like that where I'm forced to sit in it, and I want to challenge you to do the same. Or when a childhood friend posts a picture celebrating another childhood friend's wedding or baby shower or birthday or anything, I have to sit in that and go, wow, I wonder what we could have, been as friends. I wonder where this friendship could have been if we had grew and stayed close. But I don't know. And that's okay. And when I say I'm forcing you to sit in it, I'm forcing you to just acknowledge that it's okay. I didn't record this episode for sympathy. I don't expect anybody who may listen to reach out and feel bad for anything that happened because that's not why, I'm talking about this topic. I'm talking about it because so many of us deal with it and we don't talk about it. And as we're faced with some of these feelings and we don't know how to put a word to it, I'm challenging you to sit in it and know that it's okay. I really just wanted to let whoever else is out there who feels this way know that, honey, you are not alone. These are real feelings. Like, I could get a Kleenex right now because it still makes me sad to think about. And the realest advice I have when it even comes to dealing with this is a simple statement that's always easier said than done. Listen, I know it is. It's a simple statement that is easier said than done, but I want to share it. So here we go. Appreciate who you do have. That's it. Whatever friend God has blessed you with in this season, love on them. Tell them you appreciate them. Show them affection. Build that strong bond that you want to have with them. Because we can't change the past. We can't undo bullying. I wish we could because it still makes me sad. We can't go back in time and shift the future to our liking. I wish we could. Believe me, I do. But just know it always works out. Maybe not how we want it, but exactly how it's supposed to be. So again, if you're in a similar space where you're grieving the idea of childhood friends, you are not alone. Sit with those feelings and know that your girl Jaye is always a DM away. Sometimes it's hard to put into words how we're feeling. And so my hope is always that in my transparency, you're able to see that there's somebody out there who have said the words that your brain may be thinking. Now, disclaimer, I'm here for you and I'm going to listen and I can hug on you and all of that. But I don't have any answers except what I just told you because I'm still working through this myself. But I do have an ear and I am always one DM away, one comment away. All right, y'all, that was good. I feel like that was mini therapy for me. I don't know about y'all, but I needed to just let that out because it's a very real feeling. So listen, before we get out of here, y'all know you're going to have some homework. Now, I said I was going to start singing the homework piece, but I don't think that's going to work because, my vocals are not up there. Y'all going to have some homework. Okay, whatever. Y'all know I'm crazy. This week, we're keeping it simple with your homework. We're going to keep it real simple. Whether you have childhood friends or not, let the friends in your life know that you love them. That's it. Shoot them a text, pick up the phone, whatever your style is. If it's the Instagram, DM, Snapchat, whatever the kids using nowadays, just remind them that you love being their friend and you appreciate the friend that they are. Believe me, they want to hear it. Even if they don't admit it, we all love a little bit of love. Well, I love a lot of it. I don't know about y'all. But we love love. We love reciprocity and we love appreciation. So that is your homework. Let your friends know how much you love them. All right, friends. That wraps up another episode of the School of Life podcast. Y'all know what my hope is. I hope that you have learned something new, gain some type of new insight because that is why this podcast exists. Listen, like I always say, we're all in this together. Keep fighting, keep pushing, keep evolving. Talk to you soon.
Gotta pay these student loans. That's adults with the score doing the most. That's adulting, moving out of mom's house. That's adulting, but it's all gonna work out. That's adulting. I need a legal side hustle. That's adulting, 'cause these bills got me in trouble.